So in this video today we're going to be having a look at why gear cleansing is dead. We've got the gear recommendations button, so we're going to be having a look at that and how we make up our sets, and also we're going to be having a look at how we enhance our gear at the auto battle screen as well. So with these two updates combined, gear cleansing dead, bring it to global as soon as you can. Right, let's jump into the video and see how it all works. Hello and welcome, I'm Misstical, this is Misstical Gaming, and today we're back in the Watcher Realms, and this is brilliant. I mean, these quality of life changes are absolutely fantastic. We should focus on these. Of recent updates, these are the bits we need to focus on. Not this bit, that's a terrible thing to focus on, but a lot of people will. So let's pretend this hasn't happened, and they fixed Jira as opposed to buffing Pope. Well, who knows? Right. So now when we're in the game, we've got gear recommendations, the thumbs up it gives you on your gear. You can decide where that goes. So we'll have a look into that first. So I've got a couple of background fights running now. Now the way you get to it is when you're in auto fight, so there's your auto fight there going on, then you get the thumbs up recommendation settings. That's the bit you're after. They should have made it just a smidge longer. There you go, I don't know what to do. Right, so we click onto that, and there's your gear recommendation settings. It comes with a couple of default settings to start with. Now, I need to get my fat head out of the way somewhere, don't I? Okay, so this should work better. So, this is the gear recommendations page. Oh, tea is so good in the morning. Right, now, just above us, there's the name, so rule name, we can change that. Then there's the gear set, primary stats, secondary sets, and you can select what you want from each of those. So let's jump in and make up a new rule for a piece of gear. So just at the bottom, there's the add rule, and then you just give it a name. Tier 1 attack is what we're going for. So we'll put that in, and then we will start selecting the items we want. Inside no Doom, Sticks, Terra, Glacier, might be a little bit different. Oh, Fractured, Curse, Vitality. So I'm going to select all those items that I want within my tier 1 attack items, and then I just come down here, primary stats, primary attribute. What do I want as the primary, the bit at the top? What do I want for that for my attack pieces? Well, I want attack percentage. I want crit damage, and that's about it to start with at the moment. Now we come on to the secondary stats, and this bit is slightly more important, and you've probably got a bit more leeway. So let's start. I chose attack percentage and I chose crit damage as my two main stats. So what would I like as substats? Well, if we get a attack percentage roll, I would like crit rate and I would like crit damage on it. If it rolls crit damage, I would like crit rate and I would like attack percentage. So they're the things that cover off either. Now, is there anything else that I would like on this? Well, I would like attack speed on the item as well. And now, is there anything else I want? Well, maybe I might say, well, actually, I want attack on there as well. It's up to you how many you select. But here is the important bit. This bit just here, this is required number of secondary stats. So it's going to say you've got one of those items that you selected at the top, one of these, and it has come with either of these two as main stats, and now you select how many of the secondary stats it requires. So I'd like to see a minimum maybe of crit rate and the other stat. So if you only want it to have crit rate on one of these two stats, you'd probably select 2 and you just have those 2 on there. Maybe you want to see some of these and you're not too worried where it goes. Now the issue you have now is you may have an attack percentage item and it may come with crit rate, it may come with attack percentage, and it may have crit damage, attack and attack speed, and you're really after crit rate. It's up to you sort of how you work this, but I mean that would do for us for our site, and then we will adjust for that and the rule is then created. So we now have here our new rule name, tier 1 attack. There's all the gear sets. Here is our primary stats, and there is our our secondary stats as well. And we can also see in there the number of secondary stats required. So this is absolutely brilliant. So as we go through, you can start setting up your gear. So we've got Gear 2 on at the moment. So I have gone through, so on Gear 2 I've gone, well, if I have an Ageless Wrath set or a Night Terror set, I've given them the same stats, because our Night Terror can be ascended up to become Ageless Wrath. So that's why Night Terror and Ageless Wrath are together, and they're the items I'm after with it. I've also gone Infernal Roar and Soulbound Arcana. I'm going to be softer on the stats I require, or give it more leeway on Infernal Roar and Soulbound Arcana, because I would more likely want to use those over the tier 1 sets. Now, what I haven't done here is I haven't included the ascendable sets, so I can just click on that and edit it straight away. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. I can go Insight and Wisdom, okay, and the rule has been edited, and now in my Infernal Roar Soulbound Arcana set, it also includes the 2 sets that can be ascended up into them. So other sets you can make up. Now I've made up one for healers, so I've got the Invigoration set, Spilius set. Now what I've done is I called it attack based ×3, so it's attack based healers and it's a 3-piece set. Now I've gone for attack percentage and attack speed because I do like my healers to go fast. So as a primary stat, I am happy to have an attack speed set in the middle. And then for secondary stats, I've gone for flat attack, attack percentage, rage regen, healing effect, attack speed, and I want any 2 of those. Ideally, I'd like to see attack percentage, flat attack, and attack speed. If I get any of the others, that's nice as well, and I'll have a look at them and adjust from there. If I've got an attack speed as a main stat, I will require attack percentage. Now I could break this down even further, and I'll have a look at it as this evolves and goes on. So I could make a setup just for attack percentage stuff and just for attack speed stuff, but at the moment I'm just making sort of bulk sets and we'll see how it goes. So I've done one for attack based, and then I've done a completely separate one because I wanted to make sure that I could do this. So I've got the same sets, but this time it's an HP based, so I'm after HP percent, and then in secondary stats flat HP and then attack HP percentage if it's attack speed set. So that's how I've broken those down, and as I think this evolves, then I think people will change and see how they go. Now the issue you've got with these is when we come to the manage settings, you can only have 20 of them. That's why I've sort of stockpiled them together, and I've made up lots of little rules for each individual one. I'll see what happens when I've made up the ones that I want, and then we'll come back to if I've got a bit more wriggle room on there. Now, you've got a little bin button up here, so we can actually select any ones that we don't like and we can delete them. Now the other thing you've got is you've got import plan and you've got an export plan. Let's just make sure that let's move me out of the way. Right, so we've got an import plan and we've got an export plan. So if we have a look firstly at the export plan, you'll see if you click onto export plan, your plan code is, and it comes up with a plan code. You can share that across the world chat, or you can share to global chat or guild or global chat. So if you just click that, a message sent successfully, you'll see it'll be out in the guild chat. Now if you go to import plan, you would then just search for the plan code that someone had. So you could send it out to your guild, you can copy and paste it into your guild's Discord, and then someone else can go and search for it and paste it in there, so they can import your plan. So if we then have a look in the chat, you can see my gear recommendation code plan is, and then it's already in your guild chat for you. So anyone from your guild can come along and grab it. They can either type it in or they can paste it in if you put it somewhere like your guild Discord or something like that. So that's how you can get around it. So you can just go into there, guild recommendation there, manage plan and import plan, and this is where you would put it in. Just put that code straight in there and they would upload that plan for you. So this is absolutely fantastic. So if we come to our gear, we click on our gear and we go to sell, we can see all the items we want to sell. Now I'm going to stick with the invigoration set because we've gone over this a few times. We can see here all the stuff I want to sell. It's got a thumbs up on it because I've included flat defense. In there so I can see. Now there's my flat defense piece there. Flat defense, absolutely brilliant. We need to keep that. No, we don't. So I'll go back into my gear recommendations. I can come down to here, invigoration set. I've added flat defense in there. Now if I remove flat defense, I can, okay, that rule has been edited. So we come back into our gear this time and we select our 3-piece items, and we are after invigoration. And this time we select our flat defense. We still got our 2 items up there because we've changed the rule, it's updated, and now it's not there, and we can happily sell it knowing it has got the thumbs up on icon on there, or we've selected it not to be sold for some reason. There we go, fantastic little update. So also it affects what's happening in the background fights as well. So here we are, we've got a fatality bangle, flat HP. So if we come into our gear recommendations, let's add a new rule. Okay, so we can now see that our background fights have got a big tick in it. Our background fights are over, so we can go and have a look at what we've got. We haven't got anything there that we've classified that we want the thumbs up for, so we could theoretically say, oh, you just click on the sell button, and then those items would get crossed out that we can't sell, and we could select everything else. Right, let's cancel that. Now, if we went into the gear recommendations and we put in, maybe we don't want to sell this, maybe we want healing effect on our Ageless Wrath set. So let's just have we can add a quick rule, Ageless Wrath, and we want healing effect as a main stat. We will select all of those, and any 4 would do. Rule is created. So now when we come back out, there's our Ageless Wrath piece, and it's got the thumbs up on it. So now when we select sell, we will still be able to sell everything. Select non-recommended gear. There we go. So we will select everything with the exception of our recommended gear. Right, so that's pretty much how it works. The last thing we need to go over is the thing, I mean, this just beautiful, look. So we now select our gear. Actually, that's not true. We come out of the sales screen. We would select our gear now. And how good is this? We can actually roll it up, so we can go. We can select how far we wish to roll it up. I'll select 4. I'm going to enhance this up to gear stage 4. There we go. Now, if we think it's a good enough roll, so if I actually wanted to keep this set, I'd keep that because I think it could roll higher and do well on the next stages, but I would keep it at 4. For me, I'd keep it at 4. I would put it in my my vault, and then when Tales of the Smith comes along, that's when I would fully roll it up. So I'd keep it at stage 4, then roll it up to 16 on Tales of the Smith event, because if I do it all now, I'll have nothing for Tales of the Smith event, and I'm just missing 3 resources for rolling gear up. So that's when I would roll stuff up. I would check it there. If it rolls all the way down here, in it. If it doesn't, actually keep it. So that's where I go then. So I can now decide to sell all my gear. I select everything that isn't. I'm going to select you as well, and I can sell everything there from here. And I already know that it's no good because I've set up my gear recommendations correctly. So we just sell all that, sell it all for that. Happy days, that's all gone. Everything was sold out, and that is me done for it. And that is as simple as it is. Gear cleansing, dead. I mean, which is a bit of a blow. I've been trying to work on a gear cleansing video and trying to make it easier, and it really isn't. It's quite a lot of work to actually cleanse through your gear. But you don't need to anymore. It's all done. So don't focus on Hope having a buff. Focus on this. This is so good quality of life change. I mean, and you don't even have to set up the recommendations yourself. You can ask someone on global chat, has anyone got good recommendations, and you can go through what they've put in there. You don't even have to do the work yourself. You could check with one of your guildmates, check with your favourite content creator just here, and you can have a look at what's needed and what's not. So this cannot come to global fast enough. This should tomorrow, just bring it in tomorrow. It looks like it works. If you've got no issues, bring it in tomorrow. Just put something on there to say this is coming in tomorrow. Okay, right, thank you very much for your time. If you've got this far in the video, like the recommendations, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in the video again soon. Cheers for your time. Happy gaming.